Yugi announcement has been one of the most exciting announcements for Jump Force by far. In fact, it almost changed my entire mindset about the game. I was really neutral on Jump Force in the first place. I had no interest in it, and then they announced Yugi and I was like, okay, Yugi in the game, My Hero Academia is probably gonna be in the game. I just need to buy this game now. I care about this game now. There was already franchises in the game I cared about, like Naruto, to some extent Dragon Ball, and a little bit of One Piece, but my passion for all of those things has definitely died down, whereas My Hero Academia is something that I really care about still to this day, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is something that I'm never gonna not feel nostalgic about. And there's so many references they could work into his kit. I am actually gonna do an entire video, I think tomorrow, where I break down Yugi's entire moveset and what I would like to see from it. I kind of did that a little bit in my initial announcement video, but not like a concrete, like this is what I would have his moveset be. But what will the rest of the roster have to offer? Will there be more Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters? I'm honestly not sure. It's hard to gauge that because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a really popular franchise, but it's not really like a popular anime franchise, if that makes any sense, right? The fans of Yu-Gi-Oh! Aren't necessarily anime fans, or at least most of them aren't. They're usually Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans who are a fan of the card game. So does that mean Yu-Gi-Oh! Will get less representation than the other franchises? In fact, you know what? That's going to be the poll for this video. Go to the poll right now and vote on it. Do you think we're going to get more Yu-Gi-Oh! Representatives? I think it's actually pretty likely, especially when you think about the possibility of DLC. So let's go over the possibilities. First of all, let's establish a hard limit. I would say the absolute maximum for Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters would be 4 characters. So let's go over some of the more popular Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters and why or why I don't expect to see them in the game. First of all, of course, Seto Kaiba. I would say that Kaiba Boy is the most likely second representative. Kaiba's obsession with being the best is honestly the big reason I like him so much. Kaiba was mentally damaged when he first lost to Yugi, both literally and kind of metaphysically. Whoa, was that even a word? Since then, he has been chasing that #1 spot. He's always wanted to be the best, and he goes to great lengths to do so. Kaiba's moveset could focus on his iconic cards like Blue Eyes White Dragon, even Battle Locks to some extent, and that one curse card that affects the opponent's deck. In fact, that'd be a really cool, like, damage over time effect. Or it could damage the opponent specifically when they use abilities or something like that. I don't know, man. Really, if I was designing Kaiba's moveset, I would absolutely just focus on Blue Eyes White Dragon. Joey Wheeler. Joey Wheeler seems very unlikely to me, but I wanted to put him on this list just because I know a lot of people really like the character. He's so iconic to the series. I just don't see a reason to put him in the game other than for comedic value, especially because we're not getting a dub for this game, which would ruin half of the value of having Joey and his amazing accent. I really just don't see this one happening. Maximilian. The same can be said for Maximilian. I really don't see a reason for Maximilian to be playable, especially over some of the other characters we have on this list, but he is a popular Yu-Gi-Oh! Character, so I wanted to put him on this list. Marek. Marek seems to be the most likely villain, especially if Kaiba also gets in. I say that because if Kaiba and Yugi were both in the game, not having Marek alongside them would be a bit disappointing because of the possibility of having all 3 Egyptian god cards in the game on different characters. I really hope that Yugi's moveset doesn't involve Slifer at all, because I'd much prefer it to involve Exodia. But if we were going to get Kaiba and we were going to get Marek, then it would be really cool to have each of them have their respective god cards. Jaden Yugi. Man, I like Jaden a lot, but I'm very sure he's not going to be on the main roster. I honestly think that Seto and Yugi will be on the main roster. I truly believe that. If not, I'm very confident Seto will be DLC. I doubt they'll just have one Yu-Gi-Oh! Representative, and if that happens, I don't see why Jaden couldn't be a DLC character as well. Jaden's such an awesome character, and I think the reason so many people connected to him was because of the type of character that he was. Most of the main protagonists for animes are often what people want to be rather than what they are, but Jaden was just kind of a regular kid who happened to be pretty good at Duel Monsters. I think that's the reason I liked him so much growing up, and I really hope he's playable in Jump Force at some point. Now, I didn't want to bring up this next character because all it was going to do is make me sad, and that's Yusei Fudo, but I knew if I didn't mention him, someone would mention it in the comment section. And I'm not going to mention the main characters of the newer franchises for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I doubt that they would get representation, and that's the exact reason I don't think Yusei would get representation. I think he's right on that cusp of like early enough Yu-Gi-Oh! That he theoretically could get in the game, but I could totally see myself being a developer and getting asked by a producer, hey, could you put Yusei Fudo in the game? And my immediate response would be, yeah, I can put anyone in the game. And then the producer would look at me and go, you have to include the motorcycle. And then as that developer, I would immediately be like, ha, nah, I'm good. Yeah, let someone else do it. I'm not interested, not even close. How do you make that work? It would just be a really difficult challenge from a design perspective, and at the end of the day, I don't think Yusei would be a big enough draw. Oh, he would be so cool though. Just imagine Stardust Dragon with the visuals of this game. Oh my god. So in my last video like this, which was for My Hero Academia, I did kind of like a prediction and a wish list thing at the end. So let's do that again. My predictions, I should say. No, I should just say prediction, because my only prediction is Seto Kaiba. Right now, he's the only character I'm confident enough to put on a prediction list. I'm still not like super confident about it. I could totally see Yugi being the only Yu-Gi-Oh representative. If there is another one, it has to be Kaiba. And then for my wish list, I'd like to see Kaiba and Jaden. With my wish list, I always try to be like a little bit reasonable, right? Because my actual wish list would be like every Yu-Gi-Oh character ever, but obviously that's never going to happen. So I try to keep my wish lists at the end of these videos as like a within a reasonable doubt, like this could happen type thing. And you know what? As long as we're doing that, throw Yusei on there as well. It theoretically could happen, but it's probably never gonna happen. So there you go. I went over what I would say are probably the more popular and more likely candidates for the game. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think we're gonna get any more Yu-Gi-Oh representatives? Which one from this list do you think is most likely? Or do you have another character that you think might even be more likely than the characters on this list? Thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, remember to subscribe and don't forget to leave a like on the video. My name has been Bilbzy and I'll see you in the next video.